Spherical molecules. Friends, on this occasion I would like to tell you something about the spherical structures of molecules as my cosmic model understands them. Of course, this topic is not my strong suit, and it has also been some time since I analyzed it a little, and therefore it will be somewhat outdated. But he still wants to expose something about himself. So I will start with the initial ideas in the formation of molecules. 1. All atomic nuclei are surrounded by gravitational fields, which give them their atomic valence, and magnetic fields, which create their positively charged orbits. Well, these fields maintain the dimensions and volumes of the atoms, and prevent some from colliding and mixing with others. Besides, atoms and their fields have strong rotation or spin, with which they create an n-polar direction that, like little magnets, allows them to align with each other and get a little closer by these poles. And this, polarly, is how atoms manage to get very close to each other and proceed to join together into molecules, giving up or sharing orbitals, electrons, between them. That is, first the atoms, as if they were small magnets, align themselves polarly to form molecules. Next, and once close and polarly aligned, they proceed to exchange or share electrons in order to also fill the atomic valence shells, gravitational shells, thus remaining completely saturated or completed in both magnetic orbits and gravity valence shells, and the molecule is built. Spherical molecules. Well, since atoms are in a three-dimensional space, the molecules they tend to create should also maintain this three-dimensional form of space. And so it happens. See drawings. Thus, the first and simplest molecules would be linear ones, that is, polar alignment of atoms in the form of a straight line ns. But of course all these processes occur in places with significant pressures and densities, so the large atomic chains would quickly bend and try to form more compact three-dimensional molecules. And thus the two main forms of formation of spherical molecules were born, which would be the four-dimensional form and the six-dimensional form, which would actually be the union of two tetras in a single sphere. To construct the four-directional form, all four atoms align polarly. One of these atoms would act as the south pole and the other three would align as the north pole, as seen in the drawings. To construct the six-directional shape, three of the atoms would line up as south poles and the other three as north poles. And you could ask us, but why only 3 and not many more atoms at each pole? Well, simply because they don't fit and space doesn't allow it. Asterisk, and this is the reason and proof why molecules should not be ring-shaped, because if they were, rings could be built with any number of atoms, and they only exist up to 6 atoms. Simple reason of space. 2. Well, we already have the two types of basic spherical molecules to build the entire molecular architecture, especially the biological ones, the tetra form of 4 atoms, and the hexa form of 6 atoms. Then, by joining one with another, all types of macromolecules can be formed without limit. 3. As we also see in the drawings, once the atoms are aligned, the electrons given up for covalent bonds rotate about these polar axes in common orbits for 2 or more atoms, for union between molecules, etc. Likewise, different types of simple molecules are shown in the drawings so that it can be understood how the component atoms are distributed in these molecules. Well, friends, as a summary, nothing more. I hope you have understood something about the molecular vision of my model. Thank you very much to all for your interest.